Increase traffic and get your site appearing in Google. Increase traffic to your website to get into the top searches of Google. Yes, I know if you have tried to increase traffic to your website, you are surely saying to yourself, easier said than done. And you would be right, it isn't easy. But if you know what you are looking for as indicators to help you judge, forecast, and monitor your work, then you truly can increase traffic to your website and improve your ranking with Google and other search engines. There are 2 items you need to be aware of, and these 2 items will give you the foresight to determine if the work you are doing will be able to get you on Google's radar. These 2 items are traffic and competition. Traffic is the amount of people that are visiting your website every day. Google can be very particular about how they see the value in your website, and if you are not getting traffic, then you are not going to rank well with Google. Competition is the number of websites that are working the same niche or business you are. Depending on how Google values your competition's websites will play a big part in how well your site will rank. I hope that you are beginning to see that the amount of traffic your website is getting has a direct correlation to how you are going to compete with your competition. So, now the big question you should be asking is, how do I compete with my competition so I can increase traffic to my website? The straight answer to that is, if you are a single person and if your competition are large companies with lots of money to spend on advertising, then you probably don't have a prayer. But that is not always the case, and this is where knowing what to look for will help you choose the right keywords which will allow you to compete with the big boys, or at least determine if you can compete with them. A word of caution. Now here is a word of caution about the big boys. If you don't know how to judge the value of your keyword, and if you are not able to accurately predict the amount of traffic that keyword will drive to your website, then you are shooting in the dark at a very small target. It's hard to increase traffic without the proper keywords. I hope you get my point. I mentioned keywords. Keywords are what you need to pay very close attention to, because a good keyword will increase traffic to your website and a bad one will just have you doing a bunch of work for nothing. Simple as that. There are 3 concepts to keywords. Broad, phrase and exact match. Every time you enter a search term into Google, Google records this search to see how many people are searching for the same phrase. Google then averages this information out over time and provides us with these averages so we can use them in our keyword research. If the traffic numbers look good, then we can make an educated guess on how many visitors we might receive to our website if it appears in the top 10 of Google. For any particular phrase, Google can give us 3 sets of numbers. These are the exact match traffic estimate, the phrase match traffic estimate, the broad match traffic estimate, exact match. If you were using the keyword salmon fishing, an exact match would be by those people who search for only salmon fishing. Phrase match. A phrase match is where there are other words with your keyword, but the keyword is still together. For our keyword salmon fishing, some phrase matches might be salmon fishing runs, salmon fishing tips, salmon fishing in rivers, rods for salmon fishing, places for salmon fishing. Broad match. A broad match is where there are other words with your keyword and your keyword can be separated. For our keyword salmon fishing, some broad matches might be fly fishing for salmon from a boat, river fishing for salmon. Now, to determine the competition of your keywords, you can enter your keyword into a Google search and Google will show you the number of other competing websites. Now, to determine the strength of those competing websites, I use a tool called Market Samurai, which gathers the numbers and displays them in a way that you can see how strong your competition is or the likelihood of you competing with them. A very powerful tool indeed.